Насправді, мабуть, що я мало що зможу познімати, оскільки Оксана дуже розумна людина, забула свою зарядку. Ну, це перше, що мені потрібно. Автобуський пункт.
The top of the wall there, above the second floor windows, a circular stonework there in the shape of a car wheel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a connection with the car industry at Cowley. They're having a lot of work done. See the water through that channel just in there? Yeah. That's part of the end of the old Oxford Canal Basin, the commercial canal basin, which Nuffield took over sort of late 1950s, 40s and 50s or so. But now on the right hand side, this green mound is part of the old Mott and Bailey Castle, the old Mott and Bailey Castle. This is the one that dated from 1071. The only buildings at the castle that got left, or structures, is firstly this green mound and that's St George's Tower. I'll talk about more about why or what there isn't more of it. Originally there would have been a wooden tower to sort of go on the top of it with earthen ramparts. That was replaced a few centuries afterwards by a stone tower and stone castle walls. But you can't see any castle walls now owing to the parliamentary forces, because when they took over, it's in really bad condition, so they move all the prisoners out and they give up the buildings to a hotel called the Malmaison, which we'll see in a minute. But what I'd like you to do first, you can see part of the old prison wall down this gap. There's a good photograph here, good photograph just here. There's the Debtors Tower behind it, St George's Tower behind that, so okay. And down here, this is here's the Malmaison down the far end here. That's the hotel it's become. Okay. The windows are a bit high grade, it's an old prison. All they've done is knock 3 prison cells into one. They give a street just there. So, but look up to the left there, the moving staircase. There's a great view from the sort of the veranda at the top there. So with all the different restaurants up there as well. So on top of the Westgate Centre. But this area in particular in Oxford is known as the Friars part of Oxford. Part of St Ebbs, the suburb of St Ebbs, the old-fashioned suburb. And the reason it's called the Friars is because of the Grey Friars and the Black Friars, the religious teaching groups. Who are just here on the left-hand side. That's where she bought her barley sugars in the books. But now you want to switch your camera to the right. Now this is Christchurch. That large building is the famous dining hall in the Harry Potter films. The Great Hall there, and the spire up on the skyline is Oxford Cathedral, just above the tower there. Yeah. And the old South Gate of Oxford would have gone across the road just here. In fact, if you look down to the left, Brewer Street, on the opposite side of Brewer Street, you can see the very high walls, part of the old city walls, adorn the side of the street just there. So this is where the old city wall would have gone through just here. So we're at stop number 8 for Christchurch. Christchurch itself was founded in the 1520s by Cardinal Thomas Wolsey. If something else you can tell this is his statue above the entranceway just here. Okay, right. Thomas Wolsey. But as we know from our history books, he died on his way to a trial under Henry VIII. So the king takes up the building work himself. Originally it was called, to start with, Cardinal College. It then becomes King Henry VIII College, such as the ego of our king. But we've got to go through another change to where we are today. This is where it's called Christchurch. This happened when Henry VIII. That's this crossroads. It's called Carfax Tower there. 99 steps up to the top. Some great views off the top there. But
you ding the bell.
Sorry, you want to get off this one? Just
yes, this is where we got on. Yeah.
But this is going back to my grandparents' day. You were even meeting your new boyfriend or girlfriend another clock at the Carfax Tower.
Oh, right.
Still goes on.
Yeah.
I'll see you another clock at Carfax Tower. 7:30 and don't be late. do go into the indoor covered market. These 4 different avenues inside there. Lots of shops and lovely tea. Great one called Georgina's, hidden gem up on the first floor near the post box in the middle. There's a great Greek salad up there. Yeah. There's even a shop in there called Nothing. One of its neighbours is next to Nothing.
That's good. Yeah.
But when you get off, have a look at these gargoyles up above the second floor window. One at the very end there, above the bay window that way, is actually picking his nose from This is Balliol College. But,
thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's really great to meet you both anyway. Well, safe travels getting backwards and forwards from Big Deal and Big Bot. Top there. Some great views. But you want to get this view here, just here. This is the famous curve of Oxford's High Street as it goes around the corner. All Souls College here on the left, University College on the right hand side, or UNIT for short, and then the Queen's College where the arches are. University College is the oldest established college in Oxford, 1249. Whilst the Queen's College is a bit later, 1341, and this beautiful frontage here is a result of the lady whose statue is in the cupola up ahead of us. That's
Yeah.
Queen Caroline. She's wife of George II, and she got together money from her own resources back in the 1730s to have this college frontage rebuilt, which is why you've got this beautiful Greco-Baroque frontage to Queen's College. So it's one of our sort of standout sites, really. But amongst their famous students, we've got a famous couple of astronomers, not architects.
Astronomers,
Edwin Hubble was a student here. Edmund Halley. Hubble's telescope. And Edmund Halley's comet.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Both students here.
Excuse me, how I can change the language?
The language just goes up and down like this. Is that correct?
This is English. I will change it.
It's like this.
I know how to change it.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Right. The examination school's here. So where the students come to take their exams every year. The dodgy part of this studying at Oxford. 1,200 students in any one sitting. They have to queue in the street, Merton Street down there to the right. But they come very formally dressed. And they're dressed in what they call sub-fusk. It's a little Latin phrase meaning they're very dark in colours. Ladies have got white blouses with black ribbons, and men white shirts with white bow ties. Everything else, head to foot, has to be dark colours. Including ladies, no bare legs. You've got to wear hosiery of a dark green colour, or trousers. So. They wear a carnation flower for good luck. White for the first year, pink for any subsequent year, and red is the final exam. So. This is Magdalen College on the left hand side. We go all the way down the bottom end, turn around and come back this way, so we'll get a good chance to take a photograph of the tower as we come back this way. But the tower is where the choristers sing from. Every May the 1st we have 15,000 people stood on here at 5:30 a.m. waiting to hear the choristers singing. And this is the River Cherwell here. But look out to the right hand side here. These long flat bottom boats out there they're called punts. Again, you'll see more of them as we go back the other way. So that's Oxford's big adventure. This is where you take a 16-foot pump hull, push it into give it a big heave, and then drag it behind you like a rudder to get your direction. But they are flat-bottom boats for a very good reason. And my experience of the River Cherwell still, the line of the water in the distance, the rain in the far distance is the River Thames going across. The River Cherwell meanders its way down to join the River Thames near the college boathouses down there. Past the lovely walking area called Christchurch Meadow, but the glass buildings, these stone buildings here, the glass buildings, are part of the Botanic Gardens. They're the oldest botanic gardens in the whole UK, just over 400 years old. They're built on the site of a former Jewish cemetery just here in 1621, and it was set up as a department or a faculty of the university where students learnt all about botany and related subjects. I'm sorry, just throwing out 2 or 3. There's many famous people, but Bill Clinton from America, Bob Hawke, the Prime Minister of Australia, was a Rhodes Scholar. So too was Chris Christopherson, the singer-songwriter from the States, amongst many other famous people as well. So. And also, if anybody, from time to time, if anybody wanted to get married, you can get married in that place as well. They had a refurbishment which finished last year, and Bill Clinton came back to sort of be part of where the important university buildings are. Yeah. Look to the right hand side here. This is Trinity College. I'm normally really quite proud of this one, but it's a bit of a mess at the moment. A lot of pipe work going. It looks like a battlefield. But it dates back to the 1550s. It's an L-shaped college, so we'll see a bit more of it at the moment. On the left hand side here, this is Wadham College. Wadham goes back to 1610. Beautiful Cotswold limestone buildings. Nicholas and Dorothy Wadham, husband and wife, were the founders there. One particular famous student was Sir Christopher Wren, the famous architect of St Paul's Cathedral, and Christchurch Tom Tower there. But we're going to turn right here. The pedestrianised area is straight in front of us where we can't travel through. So the Bridge of Sighs, see where the person in the green high-vis jacket is, just to the left there is the Bridge of Sighs. So. But the Clarendon building is the original Oxford University Press. Now the offices of the Vice Chancellor. And the beautiful golden building is the Sheldonian Theatre. This is a place of ceremony. This is where students come every year. This is where students come at least twice in their lives here in Oxford. The first time they ever come to Oxford in the middle of October, the first week they settle in and join our individual college, and at the end of the week they then go to a ceremony called matriculation there, where they join the university as well. They belong to both organisations. So we're going to do a quick U-turn in the road, come back this way in a moment. The second time, Oxford goes through sort of centuries worth of teaching, and it gradually moves away from religious instruction. People want to revive this, and these permanent private halls are they're not exclusively to it, but people want to have the traditional way of teaching. So it sort of appeals to a lot of people of the Christian faith who want to become priests and vicars and bishops and such like in our Christian denominations. They would study there. So one particular person, Thomas the Tank Engine, ladies. Do you remember who wrote it? Reverend Wilbur Awdry. That's where he had his studies back then. So. These large houses either side of the road were only built in late Victorian and Edwardian times because the colleges allowed their senior people, their professors and their tutors to live outside college, first time in history. So. And then on the hedgerow, on the right hand side, just coming into view, is a red post box hidden in halfway in the hedge. Above the post box is a blue plaque up on the wall there. And that blue plaque will tell you that used to be the home of Sir James Murray. He wasn't the first, but arguably he was the most important of the early editors of the internationally famous Oxford English Dictionary, which he worked on in his back garden called the Scriptorium. It used to be said any letter sent addressed to Mr. Murray Oxford, straight away to it. So, anywhere in the UK, you just put Mr. Murray Oxford, or just put Murray Oxford, it just went straight away. And the reason there's a post box there is because our Royal Mail got so fed up with all the outgoing mail. The Ashmolean Museum, this is the stop to get off for that. The Ashmolean Museum is down the road to the right, opposite the Union Jack flag there.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
We have to go get off.
Can I give you a card, which is a TripAdvisor? It really is important from our point of view to give us a shout.
Thank you.
That'd be great. Thank you. It's all I would say. It's not one I would strongly recommend myself, but.
Дуже багато зараз води. От, і мені дозволили трошки посидіти в цьому місті, бо це тільки зона для вечері. На вулиці холодновато. Прям за рахунок того, що сиро. Ну що, з днем народження мене? Якась погрузочна-розгрузочна хрень. Ось ці плоскодонки, про які говорив гід. Що він казав? Що якщо ви пливете на оцій плоскодонці, ви відштовхуєтеся шестом. Якщо шест застряг в замуленому дні, то ви не зможете втриматися ні в коєму разі на лодці. Тобто ви маєте лодку залишити, причепитися до шеста і там уже якось перебратися на берег, тому що втримати і шест, і лодку ви не зможете. От. Це Темза. Завжди брудна. Насправді вона не брудна, вона замулена, оскільки майже весь ґрунт тут це глина, глинистий ґрунт, тяжкі глини, то, звичайно, дощі це все вимивають в річку, і вона от має такий завжди вигляд, начебто брудний. Вот. З вами була Oksana.Freesia. Підписуйтесь, діліться думками, коментуйте, робіть ваш світ і світ ваших близьких радіснішим і щасливішим. До зустрічі, па-па!